It's Wellness Nerd Out time! What's up, you guys? Happy today. Happy 3:54 p.m. Happy Wend Wellness Nerd Out time. And today we're going to debunk the myth that high protein intake promotes the loss of calcium and decreased bone mineral density. So where does that myth come from in the first place? Well, when we take in a greater amount of protein, we release more calcium in the urine, and so we must be taking that calcium from bones, right? And so that means that protein intake would decrease bone mineral density. That's the truth, right? False. Totally false. Actually, it's quite the opposite. It should be said that, the body will, take some calcium from other parts of the body to buffer the acidic nature of protein with a high protein intake, right, naturally. But most studies that show decreased bone mineral density with excess protein or high protein consumption due to calcium loss, in the urine, they use dairy as their source of protein for the most part, and dairy contains a lot of calcium. So you could just be pissing out the calcium that was in the dairy, right? I mean, very logical explanation there, and pretty poorly done, if you ask me, in regards to those studies, right? So, what is the truth? Well, the truth is, with greater protein intake, you actually absorb more calcium and increase bone mineral density and strengthen those bones, right? In fact, low dietary protein intake is associated with an increased risk for hip fractures, maybe especially important for the elderly, and especially in people with bone mineral density issues, from pathology such as osteoporosis, for example, right? To get high amounts of protein in their diet to preserve bone mineral density. So where is the excess calcium in the urine coming from if I'm having a lot of protein? We'll explain that. Well, when we have a lot of protein, it increases calcium absorption, right? And so increases bone mineral density and decreases the amount of calcium excreted in feces, in our feces. Less calcium excreted in poop, all right? And this means that, any excess calcium that the body has, it will excrete in the urine. But with high protein intake, it does not outweigh the amount that would have been excreted in the feces. So in fact, with high protein intake, overall, you do excrete less calcium in regards to how much would have been excreted in the feces versus how much is actually excreted in the urine, right? You actually absorb more calcium and promote greater bone mineral density, the strength of those bones. So get your protein, you guys. That is absolutely a myth. Judith, how you doing, girl? What's going on? Happy Wend Wellness. Thanks for tuning in. What we're going to do in the next few days, that's all we got for you today, short and sweet. What we're going to do in the next few days is we're going to debunk many myths of 2021. I saw an interesting article on examine.com. Absolutely great site if you want to check it out. Great information, unbiased, great research and summaries and meta-analysis and whatnot. I don't work for them, I promise. But it's hard to find good sources out there, and that's definitely one of them. They did an article on 21 myths, the top 21 myths regarding health of 2021. And the first one I wanted to tackle was that high protein intake promotes bone loss. It does not, you guys. It's the opposite. So have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow. I'm not sure where, I'm not sure when, but I'll see you then, you guys. Happy Wend Wellness. Thank you.